Let's take a moment, look at the disclaimer. This content is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only, and nothing should be taken as a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any securities at any time. We are here just to tell you how BTA analyze the market, how we look at the market. This is Rod from BTA, and we are known as the middle traders. What we want to do very quickly in this video is I want to show you something that is very interesting. We may have already formed the bottom. We will know very shortly if this is the bottom, but it's a strong possibility that the bottom may be in for now, and we could go on a little rally. You know I'm looking for that rally. Try to see if we can get back up to that 200-day moving average. Well, look, this is a daily chart. Pay attention to me. Just follow me through the rest of this video, and you're going to see something very interesting. It's not going to be long. Okay? This is the daily chart of the SPY. All right? What I want to show you is down here. Okay? Let's go down here to the Chande Trend Indicator. That's what we're looking at. Okay? We're looking at our Chande Trend Indicator. Okay? And it will tell you whether or not we got a trend. Okay? And how strong the trend is or how weak it is. All right? That's what this indicator does. The Chande, the CTM, right here at the bottom. This is our trend meter. This is our trend meter. Tell us how strong the trend is or how weak it is. Okay? Well, when it's down here in this pink shaded area, we got a very strong downtrend. Very strong downtrend. When it's inside this yellow area right here, we got a kind of flat to weakish downtrend. When it's in this green, this lighter green area right here, we got a kind of weak, flattish, weak uptrend. When it's in this medium, this here, little darker shade of green right here, we got a stronger uptrend. But when it's up here in this dark green, we got a very strong uptrend. Okay, so right now we down here in the pink. Okay, pink, very strong downtrend is what it's telling us. But what I want to show you, look at this horizontal blue line that I put on right here. You see this low right here? For the Chande meter, the trend meter, it is a low right here, March 2020. You see that? March 2020. Remember the Corona collapse in March 2020? Remember that Corona collapse? Remember that? That's the Chande meter got all the way down here. This is 3 years of data that we have on here. Okay? This is 3 years of data. The March 2020 is where we at. Okay? You see, we got that low. I put a horizontal support level right there. You see where the Chande Trend Meter came down to? And it touched that low right here in early May. And we came right back to it in June. But you notice how it's almost horizontal? You know what we got there, right? You know what we got there? A bullish divergence on the trend meter and price. Because look at price. Price went and made a lower low. The Chande Trend Meter is not making a lower low. It's making a sideways movement. It cannot make lower lows. Let me put a vertical line right here. Bingo. Give me that vertical line. Don't tell me it don't want to work, right? Oh, it doesn't want to work. I apologize. We're having a little technical difficulty. I'll fix that later. Right? I'll fix that later. Let's see if I can put the inspect tool right here. You see this low was on May the 20th, 2020, right here. So let's go down to May the 20th. Okay, there it is. Okay, see that? This is May the 20th. So we hit a low on May the 10th. We hit a low on the Chande meter. May the 20th, it stayed a little bit above that low. But look over here. On June the 16th, it did not get below the first low. Can you see that? This is the first low. It did not get below the first low. Can you see that? But what did price do? What did price do up here? It's making a lower low. So the Chande meter, trend meter, the Chande trend meter is telling us that it's not as much momentum to the downside as it was. And we're finding support right here at the 2020, March 2020 lowest point. We find the support right there at the March 2020 lowest point. Okay, so is it giving us a bullish divergence? Could the bottom already be in, and we go up on that new swing upward and start running up to them 200-day moving averages? Well, I don't know, but I can tell you one thing: we at some of the lowest levels on our trend meter. It is in the strong downtrend section, but we at some of the lowest levels that we have been since March 2020. And even though price kept making lower lows, notice the trend meter is not. Now, this is the SPY, right? This is the SPY. So let's switch over. Let's take a look at, and this is the large cap, matter of fact. This is large cap, right? Because we're looking at the Standard & Poor's 500, the bigger companies. What I want to do is break this down to the larger companies, the mid-sized companies, and then the small companies. So we're going to stay with the Standard & Poor's for this video right now. We're going to stay with the Standard & Poor's. The Standard & Poor's 500 is going to represent our large cap companies, All right. Now we're going to go to the 400. That's going to represent our medium capitalization companies. Okay. We're going to go to the 400 next. So let's bring up that chart of the 400. The Standard & Poor's 400, the mid-sized companies, same thing. We're going to make this fast. I don't want to make this too long, right? I just want y'all to see this and understand that the trend meter, our Chande Trend Meter, all right, is telling us that even though price is making lower lows, dramatic lower lows, clear lower lows, when you look at the trend meter, it is giving us a bullish divergence. A bullish divergence. We back here to the March 2020 lows right here. Look at the trend meter. It came down right here. Look at it. It came down. We are in the area which is a strong downtrend. We between 0 and 20. Okay, to be precise, we have 14. 0 and 20 is a strong downtrend. We in the pink area. You see it made a low, and then the next low is right there. Okay, it's completely sideways. That is what you call a bullish divergence with price. Price is making a lower low, but the momentum is not. It's moving sideways. For the mid caps, the medium-sized companies, okay, in the Standard & Poor's 500. Is the Standard & Poor's 500 showing us bullish divergences? Price is going and making lower lows, but the Chande Trend Meter, which shows us the power of the downward swing right now, is weak, but it's not going weaker. We are holding at the March 2020. You see I put that vertical line right across there with the crosshairs? Look over to the right. We are holding, okay, the March 2020 low on the trend meter. We are not getting stronger and stronger momentum to the downside. As price is making lower low, the Chande Trend Meter is holding steady. That's a bullish divergence. Let's now look at the small cap stocks, okay? We're going to go to the small cap stocks right now. Now, here's the small cap. The Standard & Poor's 600 represents the small caps. Remember, the large caps are the Standard & Poor's 500, the 500 largest companies in the market. Then we got the Standard & Poor's 400, represents the 400 mid-sized companies. And then we got the Standard & Poor's 600 small companies. Look at the small companies making a lower low. You see that? Price is making a lower low. But what is that Chande Trend Meter telling us? Is the trend? Yeah, well, the trend is to a strong downtrend, but look at it. It's almost making a higher low. You see, it's kind of going up just a little bit, but it cannot break below this horizontal support level, okay, going back to the March 2020. I shouldn't say it cannot, it has not. All right? That's a better word. It has not. Okay, it is actually just a little bit higher than that. Okay, bullish divergence on the Chande Trend Meter. Could this trend meter be telling us, yes, we are in the pink shaded area, so we have a strong downtrend, but it is starting to lose its strength to the downside? If the trend meter gets back into the yellow area, which saying now we got a weak downtrend, is these March 2020 lows on the Chande Trend Meter for the Standard & Poor large, mid, and small cap stocks? Is this March 2020 low on the Chande Trend Meter, is that going to be the low? Is that going to be the low? And are we going to now find ourselves with a bullish divergence and prices are at the extreme lowest levels that it has been in since March 2020? Is the Chande Trend Meter now telling us that we may move higher? I'm going to put this on a 10-year real quick. You see that? I'm just doing this just to show you. All right? I'm doing this to show you this level, okay? This level that we are at, this extreme level that we are at on the Chande Trend Meter, going back 10 years now. You see we hit this level once, try to hit it again back here in 2018, 2019, and then March 2020. You see where we at right now, y'all? We are at extremes on the Chande Trend Meter. Is it telling us that the most downward momentum, the strength, most of its strength is gone? Are you digging what I'm telling you? Are you picking up the jewels that I have been dropping? Are you picking them up? This is not financial advice, but wouldn't it be wonderful if it was? What if it was? Wouldn't it be great? Ching, cha-ching, ching, ching. But it's not. But what if it was? This is a 10-year chart, okay? We are at extremes. Could this be the mark of a bottom in the downward momentum, the strength? Let's go back now and look at the mid caps. Okay, let's go look at the mid caps. Let's put this one on 10 years also and update it. The Chande Trend Meter, do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see that horizontal? Do you see that horizontal crosshair that I'm putting on here? Do you see that? Do you see that we are at extremes? You see that? One, back here in 2015, 18 and 19, in March 2020, the same thing. In the last 10 years, it's only been down this low 4 other times. Now we're here now. But as price making lower lows, it's making a steady, holding steady at its low. It's not making a lower low. Bullish divergence. Okay, bullish divergence. This is the Standard & Poor 400, the mid caps. Now let's just go to the large right fast, and we're going to stop it right there. Price is making a lower low on the Standard & Poor 500. Price is up here making a lower low. You see that? Look at this Chande Trend Meter. Let's put it on 10 years. Chande Trend Meter, 10 years. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see that horizontal crosshairs? Do you see it? 2015, 2018 and 19, it hit it again. 2020, we are at extremes. Do you see it? Do you see it? We right across these levels. The Chande Trend Meter is at extremes. Could it be telling us that most of the downward momentum may be out? Prices is making lower lows, but could this be bouncing off of support, marking a bottom, a bullish divergence? Are you picking up the jewels that I'm dropping? We watching everything moving. If this market bottoms, we will see it. We will see it. We are watching it from too many different angles. The Chande Trend Meter. Keep an eye on it. Is it marking a bottom? I'll see you in the next video.